Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the exciting episode of the IOTA channel, Internet of Things applications for the secondary to teacher module, which is Link Up the World, or LUTW for short. In this module, we'll be covering infrared IR line sensor. This is the third unit of the book. In this unit, we will be learning about introduction to infrared IR sensor, line tracing programming, edge detection programming, line tracing, and object avoidance programming. What is an infrared IR sensor? An IR, short for infrared, sensor is a device that detects infrared radiation in this environment and outputs an electrical signal. So you see here, this is the infrared sensor, alright, comprising of these sensors, and is located at the bottom of the M board. And as you can see here, at the chin of the M boards. Now, what are parts of the IR sensor? The IR sensor has two pairs of transmitter and receiver. Yes, two pairs of transmitter and receiver. So there is one pair, this is another pair. So the transmitter emits infrared light and the receiver receives the infrared light. This is called a line follow sensor, as it's used to keep the robot moving forward. And of course, to calibrate or fine-tune its direction. How does the IR sensor work? The IR sensor works by continually emitting infrared light and receiving infrared signal while the airbot is moving. So when encountering a light-colored surface, it reflects a large amount of light. It reflects large amount of infrared light back to the receiver. Receiver, the LED, so a white surface, it reflects no light. A dark-colored surface reflects small amounts of light. Infrared light back to the receiver. What does the M-board use the IR sensor for? The M-board uses the IR sensor to detect black and white surfaces for line tracing and edge detection purposes. So as you can see here, while we've seen some of the demonstration, the M-board can follow a black line, right? And navigate itself automatically because of the sensors, the infrared sensors. Line tracing programming. Now, how to program the line following code. This code enables the M-board to follow the black line. Right, so we set up a forever loop outside. Okay, so we set a variable temperature, and this is the sensor, line following sensor at port 2. So whatever the value is becomes the temp, the variable. So if temp equals to 0, alright, if it reaches 0 on the port 2, it will move forward at a speed that's determined by yourself. Okay? In the code. Else, if it detects 1, okay, it will turn left. So at 1, it will turn to the left, right, to correct itself at certain speed. And then 1, right? If it doesn't detect 1, it will detect 2, okay, then it will turn right. Otherwise, it probably comes to the end, it has to reverse. If all these 3 is checked and done, it will go back again to 0, and it will continue to move forward. Okay, so this is how the code works. And of course, the forever loop is to ensure that the code repeats itself, checking again and again. How does the M-board perform light tracing? Right, so as you can see the previous programming, the M-board now, for example, so the black line, the value on the sensor is 0. So when it detects 0, it just moves forward. Again, black line by slightly slanted, maybe it's on the curve. Alright, values, if the value of the line follow sensor is 1, so it turns left. Okay, if the value of the line sensor is 2, right, it will turn, the M bot will turn to the right. If it's not the black light, okay, it moves backwards, meaning it could be at the edge, right? So it doesn't detect anything, so the value will become 4 actually. Number 4, and moves backwards. Okay. Now, in table format, what do we see? Alright, when in situation 1, when the M bot is on a black line, alright, very little to no infrared signals received, so the sensors detect a 00, and in binary it's a 00, right? And when it's a decimal number, it is 0. And when this is detected, the M bot will simply move forward. Alright, as you can see here, they're very short on the stage, which is the programming stage. In situation 2, only the sensor 2, okay, the infrared signal is received, and it becomes a 01 in binary format, and on the value of the stage is 1, right? Binary to decimal is 1. 3, okay, the reverse happens, and this is going to be a method of 2, right? In situation 4, okay, both sensor 1 and sensor 2 receives infrared signal, okay, indicating a 1 1, and in binary terms that's a 3, which means that the M bot needs to move backwards. Okay, the key information: the line follower sensor detection range is 1 to 2 cm. The infrared emitter continually emits infrared light when the M bot is moving. 3. If the infrared light is reflected when encountering a white or other light-colored surfaces, the receiver receives the infrared signal and output the value of 1. You will see the blue LED at the back, the light follower sensor lighted. If the infrared is absorbed or cannot be reflected, the receiver will not receive the infrared signal, but output the value 0 instead. Okay, so this is the situation that was showed earlier, the coding 0.2 or otherwise. Okay. So as mentioned earlier, the speed is set to 50. Alright, so at the start, to get a start, a lot of people do not forget about the starting of the code, but M bot starts up, wait until the onboard button is pressed and set the speed to 50. And then the block of codes, forever checking codes are here. Alright, and here, view the missing code. Okay, 0, 1, 2, and I think if this is left, this is right, forward. So the missing code should be here. Reverse. Okay. Let me go back one slide. Okay, I can't. Let's learn how the M bot can detect an edge of a table. When the M bot moves within a table with a light-colored surface, the receiver continuously receives a large amount of reflected infrared light, and the IR sensor continuously returns a value of 3. Okay, we just move backwards 3. Yeah? When the M bot reaches the edge of the table, the receiver does not receive any more reflected light, and the IR sensor returns a value of 0. Hence, the M bot knows it has reached the edge of the table when the IR returns a value of 0. How do we get M bot to stop and reach the edge of the light-colored table? Okay, so let's fill in the missing code here. If the following sensor port value is equal to 0, move forward pad there. Power 0 meaning not moving anymore. Alright. Okay. Else, just simply move to 100. Alright? At full power. Okay, this is an ultrasonic sensor. Right, coded also forever. If ultrasonic sensor distance is less than 10, stop moving. Right? Otherwise, activate the infrared sensor codes to check for moving. So you can see here, there's some obstacles, the 2 bottles here. So if they detect, the sensor detects something less than 10 cm, it will stop moving. Okay? Otherwise, it will continuously to check down the path and correct itself. Question time. Line tracing and avoiding objects. What is the role of the transmitter in the IR sensor? What is the role of the receiver in the IR sensor? What type of surface reflects large amount of light? What type of surface reflects a small amount of light? Oops. To answer the first one, the role of the transmitter is to emit infrared light. The role of the receiver is to receive reflected infrared light. Light-colored white surfaces reflects a large amount of light, and dark-colored surfaces reflect a small amount of light. Now, before line tracing, how should M-bot move if the IR sensor returns to the following values 0, 1, 2, and 3? Do you remember? What value does the IR sensor return when the M-bot detects the edge of the table? And name the sensor that is used to avoid an object. Okay, so the 0, the M-bot should move forward, 1 left, 2 it should turn right, and 3 move backwards. Okay, so when the IR sensor returns 0, when the M-bot detects the edge of the table. Okay, and the ultrasonic sensor is used to avoid an object, yeah, not the infrared sensor. We have come to the end of Unit 3. Hope you've enjoyed the lesson on infrared sensor. In case you have missed out on any points, please rewind and rewatch this video so that you can answer the quiz that comes along with it. With that, thanks for watching and don't forget to like and subscribe. See you later.